All right. Hello, 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 hello. Sean Brady coming to you live on YouTube or recorded if you're watching it down the road. This is another great episode with Leverage Your Lunch Hour. Leverage your lunch hour, and it's live. So I can't even go back and edit that little faux pas out. But I'm here with the one, the only, the fabulous Josh Levy like a Chevy. Medici Media Space. I've been talking about him for a long time. He's been back in my corner for the past 4 years, ever since I've been a member at Medici. And of course, as always, we always in the background, we have our fabulous Julissa Powell. Say hi, Julissa, so people know you're out there.
Hello, everyone.
There she is. She's in the background making sure our media coordination is being coordinated appropriately. And Josh being Josh and me being me, and taking this episode of Leverage Your Lunch Hour, where we're always talking about not necessarily lunch, but your thinking, where we can take it to the next level for our life, our entrepreneurial efforts, our side hustle, whatever you want to use it for. But that's the premise. And we hope you get value out of this wherever you're at, whenever your lunch hour, any time and space we're on the planet. So Josh Levy, you were one of the founders of Medici way back when, over 4 years ago. Welcome.
Thank you, Sean. And I was wondering if thank Julissa. Is she your Ed McMahon, your sidekick?
Yes. She's my impromptu guest when I don't have one.
Nice.
She's our guinea pig. But yes, and she's fabulous.
Excellent.
So Josh, I posted something we talk about at Medici, whether it be Coach's Corner or one of our other thousands of strategy sessions I know you've led, and I've certainly been in my fair share of those, certainly hundreds. Consulting or coaching? And I wanted to have you give your perspective. For those that don't know, Josh has been really guiding a lot of businesses with his expertise and background for a really long time. And Josh, what consulting or coaching? I know we both kind of was like, coaching. I don't know if I want to do that for business, but what are your thoughts?
So I think the easy answer is both. I think another answer would be neither. And so if you want to have a what is wrong with both approach, you would say neither. And if you want to say what is right with both, you would say both. So my gut reaction to it was neither, because I like to problem solve, but it's one thing to identify the problems without the solutions. So as soon as I was talking and thinking about this, Sean, I went from neither to both. Let's take the best of both of those out and create a new word. Take something out of Jade Harrell's book of smirching.
What?
In fact, I'm gonna reach out to Jade and say, would it be consulting? Would it be coaching?
I think we really need Jade here for that.
We need Jade. To smirch us a word between coaching and consulting. Because here's the thing about consultants, they get a bad rap because all they do is they write up these manuals and the standards, operations, and procedures and how someone else should do it. Coaches get a bad rap because they tend to just coach someone through it, cheerlead them on, motivate. They take on more hands-on than what a consultant does, but who really rolls up the sleeves and does it? That is the third piece. So you've got the coach, you got the consultant. Who's the third piece? The implementer.
Yes, the infamous implementor.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things we not, I would say, struggle. And I know there'll be people out here and it's like, oh, this is a black or white issue, and it's not one of those things. It's always multitude of grays here, and it's going to be somewhere on the spectrum for everybody who claims to be a consultant or a coach for wherever they're at.
Right. And I will tell you, on a personal experience, I got told once by someone who I really love and adore. She said, "You're a terrible coach." And I'm like, I think that's a compliment. But in all actuality, I didn't think it was a compliment. It was more an eye-opening experience to say, coaching skills, people's expectations of coaches are here, and consulting, their expectations are different. And you have to learn to adapt. And if you want to be a helper and a guider and a Sherpa, and I love the shades of gray. It reminds me of our good friend John Ramsey's Between the Finite and the Infinite. There's not, our desire is to categorize everything as human beings, but the truth is there is a spectrum for a reason.
And for those that don't know, John Ramsey, previous episode of Leverage Your Lunch Hour. So look for that episode. When I have make the editing time, I'll put that in the show notes. I'll link to that.
Drop
podcast.
a B-roll to John,
Boom, B-roll. Send it over to him. So yeah, that'd be good. Well, that would be an editing thing, and that would where the implementer part would come into play, right? Because I know I'm doing this, and we're creating this content, and it's fun, and I like it. And then there's all the work behind it. How would you coach? We haven't smirched that word yet.
Right.
What is it? How would you coach or consult me on that?
So let's use those two. The consultant would say, let's write up a plan and let's write up a process and a vision, and with a consultant's approach, right? That we would strategize and come up with that. The coach would probably just motivate you to get going on it.
Take one action.
Take one action at a time and build on that action and hold you accountable to those actions, hold you accountable to that plan that the consultant created. So clearly a combination. I can think of other professions that could use this smirch word that we're thinking of, like personal trainers. They are actually combinations of consultants and coaches when they're coming up with the workout plan for their client. That's actually the role of a consultant. But when they're going through the workout with them, that's more of the role, and holding them accountable and encouraging them and motivating them. That's more of the role of a coach.
It made me think of a podcast I was listening to earlier, and this woman, she wanted to help people. So she went in the world of finance. She was trading on the exchange and everything. And she became a financial advisor. Right. Went through the whole 9 yards and got her designations and whatnot. But she really could only help people with investable assets of $250,000 and up at the time. But everybody she was attracting, and I think we found this with a lot of coaches as well, is that they needed help, but they didn't have any money. So and so she's like, one case was, they had $250,000 in student loan debt and only making $50,000 a year. She's like, well, I can't help you as my current role as a financial advisor. So what could she do? She literally created this thing called the Financial Gym, which is a lot more like, I would say, Dave Ramsey's program, where it's a group setting, but she liked the whole idea of a gym where she was, there's a multitude of trainers there, and there's a multitude of equipment there, and everyone's going to need a different plan on how to achieve the intended result. So I like that idea.
A financial gym is a smirch of consulting and coaching, right?
Yes.
While you were talking, Jade pinged my brain. Consulting. And think about consulting for a second. It is soul searching consulting. It is consulting. Like it. So it
I don't
combines,
know, Jade. What do you think?
We got to get Jade. Get her on our comments. But it does provide at Medici, we love the Simon Sinek. It's all about why. So consulting, that commonality between a consultant and a coach is they care about their clients' why. Consulting. We love the consulting. Yes. The word of the day, consulting. Yes. Now we're going to have to tag Jade in this. Absolutely. CONSOULCHING.
Consulting.
Yes.
I like it. All right. We just invented a word. Thanks, Jade.
She's my inspiration. She's awesome. So we love Jade, and anytime we can get a hold of her, it's always fun. Consulting.
It is. And she's the one who introduced me to Medici. So thank you, Jade.
Yes.
And
that smirching is a TEDx talk, which would bring in Mish Hancock.
Yes.
So
a future guest on the show. Actually, I think in the next week or so. So
Well, that's pretty amazing.
it is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
She's pretty amazing. So
Yes.
so stay tuned for future episodes with Mish Hancock. And then even after that, we have Meredith McVeal, financial coach. We talked a little bit about that.
Is
And,
she
yeah, she's actually a certified Dave Ramsey coach.
Financial Gym? That's a
Financial Gym. That's somebody else's. That's not Dave Ramsey's, but that's another future episode for people who want. So hopefully this episode, wherever you're at in time and space, gave you a little insight and thinking about what you want to be called in your own life, whether it be a consultant or a coach or whatever it is you want to do.
or a consult.
Be a consultant in your own life, whatever that may look like. I know you're on the fence about something. Time to move forward and take it. Maybe that was more of a coach, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, you can do it. Cheerleader, you can do it. Yes, one of the things I do as a coach. All right, all that being said, Josh Levy, thank you for being here. We're going to be on another show called Coach's Corner on Thursdays at 1:30 to 3. So for all coaches out there, business, life, personal, whatever, please join us at mediciSTL.com/events, and we'll certainly get you a pass and invite as a guest and hopefully a future member to join our community. All right, Josh, you're always a pleasure to be with. Always a pleasure to talk to. Thank you for being on my show.
Hey, you're the best wingman in the universe.
Yes, we love being that and helping people get better. All right, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, we might not see you in person, but we'll see you right here on social media. Thanks all for watching. Say goodbye, Josh.
Goodbye, Josh.
3, 2, 1. See y'all later.